My friends, welcome to exercise 90 of my 200 3D CAD problem series. Exercise 90 it should be a one sketch job, but I see where I'll have to do a two sketch here. But for this one, if I do it in part design workbench, that would be a third sketch, but I can use a primitive from part workbench. So depends on which workbench I'm going through. It will be two sketch or three sketch job. So I decided I'll stay in part workbench. So I want to relocate this object at the center of this slot. Alright, first thing first, I want to do our first sketch on XY plane, and I want to draw only the half of the object. So there is the first one. I don't want this. Let me go ahead and trim this part. Nope. So this is diameter radius 10, and then this length is 55. So we want to pin this thing down so it doesn't become an issue. Okay, so we got that. Actually, this is diameter radius 6 there. And then I want to draw a line between these two. And bring in endpoint rim point arc to draw this part. Actually, I'll probably use the polyline from going forward. So this is the one, and I'll have to come back and then make this horizontal or vertical, stuff like that. But I'm gonna draw these lines first. Okay. And so that is closing the gap. And then I think that's the entire shape is closed. So let me finish drawing this stuff first. And I want to make a hole right here. Okay, so this is horizontal and this is vertical. Obviously this will be vertical, and let's apply some tangency between these two, and it's already there. You can see it. I think that's it. Maybe here. Okay, that's too much. Okay, so now applying the dimensions, is it going to be the same? Okay, we'll see. But this is 20. All right. Yeah, I don't think it will be the same center. Just wanted to see if these two centers were same. This will be 16 radius, diameter 16, so it will actually be radius 8, and then this will be, so this is radius 10, right? This is radius 6, right? This will be radius 10, I'm guessing. Okay, and then this will be 10 as well. This will be same. What else do we have? This one 10. Yeah, why not? And then let's go with the lengths now. I'm thinking this will be on this point object, so that way. Okay, here comes the tangency. All right, so this length is given as 30. Understandable. These two would be equal. Do we have to specify that? Yes. And then this length, do we know the length? It is 25. So it is 25. Nope. 25 minus 6. So it is 19 actually. So here is 50. So this point to that point is 25. So it makes sense to make it 19 here. And then what else? Okay. This point obviously would be on this. I'm thinking these two would be same. Alright. Now this length, do we have any indication of how big that would be? It doesn't look like we have anything on that. So between this point and this point, it says 30. So we will take that. And then, so between this point and this point, the height will be 100 divided by 2. So that's 50. I think that concludes everything except one. The location of this, which is 30 millimeter away. Okay, so that is our sketch half, and let's take a look. Yeah, it looks good to me. And now let's go ahead and then pull that up by 23. All right, now on top of this, so we know this is 30 millimeter above the center. It will be easier to actually place a tube in there and say, okay, forgot the radius and everything. Let's go ahead and hide this. So inside radius is 8 and outside radius is 10, and the height would be 5. All right, so we made this one. Now we want to place it at this point above 23 millimeter. On the placement tab, let's come to the position and view. Right away we know that it's 23. All right, and on the Y it would be 30 because we know this distance is 30. Now let's bring back our extrude, see if it is positioned right. Yep, it does. It just matches exactly where we want, exactly the way we want it to be. All right, one more thing to do. This is the hole, which is 15 millimeter diameter, and this is, so 25 plus 25, 50 millimeter away from this center. So let's go ahead and make a cylinder, and this one would be radius 7.5. Height, let's go wild, say 100, doesn't matter. And then we want to push it this way by 50, so minus 50. Right, and now let's go ahead and transform it just like that. See if it is transformed enough. Okay, and this is 11.5 millimeter above the plane, so on the Z it will be 11.5. Yep, we got that where we want it to be, except the Y direction we want it to be crossing the object. And now let's go ahead and make a cut, and then make these two one union and say half object. So we got our half object done, and to get a full object from here we'll have to mirror it against this plane, which is xz. So xz plane, right? And hit OK. In part design, when we do the mirror, it shows the preview. In part, you don't see the object until you hit OK. So very small minor thing to think about, but anyway, so we want to make a union, and that's our full object. I hope you liked this video making this object. It looks good. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.